Alright, so that title might seem a little bit dramatic. Normally even I'd say it's a bit over the top. But not this time, because over the last week or so, I've been sent 3 separate car advice videos that could literally lead to someone's death. Now, just stick with me through this one. It's important stuff. Masses of what's been uploaded to YouTube and other sites nowadays is AI produced. I know, shock horror. Content is changing, and it's happening rapidly, especially over, let's say, the last year or so. The advancement in the quality of videos it can produce has come on leaps and bounds as well. I mean, 3 years ago, right, it was novel, it was funny, it couldn't even get Will Smith's hands right. But year on year, it's improved to the point where some of it has become pretty indistinguishable. Now, I don't know why Will Smith eating spaghetti has become the yardstick, but okay, we'll go with it. So what you've got is this AI model that looks real, it looks convincing. Often you need to look twice. The other thing that it's gotten very good at is noticing trends, figuring out what people want to see. And once it spots a hot topic, say here on YouTube, it'll start pulling together all the information it can find and kind of regurgitate it back out. I'll give you an example. So I used to create a lot of buyer's guides on this channel, right? There's hundreds of them accumulated over the years, all different makes and models. And I always tried to be really specific about the faults that I was talking about, from having fixed some of them with my own hands. And what that meant was the things that I would say, the descriptive words that I'd use, they were often quite unique. I mentioned in one video that getting rid of carbon buildup was a bit like scraping melted chocolate off a counter. You know, carbon buildup on valves and intake tracks, that kind of thing. Now that line about the chocolate, I heard that repeated back to me in an AI video. And several of the videos that it's come out with as well, they're titled very similarly to my own. Now the problem with AI is it makes these strange extrapolations from multiple different sources. So it winds up losing its context, it loses its meaning, it winds up just not making sense. At one point, in a video I was watching, it's talking about some weird imaginary channel on the side of an engine, and it's referring to it as a head gasket. It's producing weird hallucinated outcomes. The problem with this as a video creator is it's already hard enough to convince viewers that it's worthwhile spending 10 minutes of their time watching a YouTube video before going out and buying a car. If they watch a video which on the surface at least looks like yours, is titled like yours, has the same premise as yours, has the same weird quips and language as yours, and they wind up getting misinformed, it's unlikely they're ever going to go looking for a video like that again. And bear in mind the nature of someone who goes and watches a buyer's guide. You know, they're not a car guy necessarily like me or you. It's Joe Public who doesn't necessarily have much knowledge or interest in cars. They're just trying to not get burned. So, head gasket channels on the side of an engine? Sure, why not? Now, everything I've said up to this point, it pales in comparison to what I'm going to talk about next. You know, I'm laughing. Some of it's humorous. It just is. But what's not humorous is the area in which AI is appearing in more and more now. How-to videos, instructional type stuff. You know, we all watch them. Maybe not AI, but we watch instructional stuff, don't we? Now, this is where things can turn deadly. Because apart from being misleading, it's downright dangerous. Now, the video that I was sent is talking about supposedly how to stop squeaky brakes. You know, when you hit your brake pedal and it starts to squeal. That is a question that I've been asked tons of times, again, by people who just are not in the car world. They're not repairing cars day to day, so they don't know what the problem is. They just know their brakes are squeaking and it's annoying, and if they can avoid having to take a trip to the garage and part with money, that's what they're going to do. Anyway, take a look at this video and then we can chat about it.
Open the Permatex Brake Parts lubricant. You are applying a thin, even coat to every surface the pad contacts. Every metal-to-metal contact point gets covered. You do not need a thick coat. Work it in with your finger if you need to.
So what this is saying and depicting is you should apply lubricant to the friction faces and even rub it in on your brake pads. Well, it did get one thing right. If you do this, you're not ever going to need to worry about brake squeal ever again, because there's a good chance you'll probably be dead when your brake pedal doesn't work. And this isn't just one video with this kind of toxic influence. There's tons of them out there. This is another one, and it claims to have a solution to stop your brake discs from rusting if they're sitting out in the rain. An absolute non-problem, by the way. Something that happens to literally every car and clears off the moment you start driving again. Anyway, take a look.
Rust that developed because nobody applied $8 of ceramic coating at the last service. The shop makes money on the parts markup. A master technician who runs an independent shop in Columbus put it in plain terms on an automotive trade forum. I started applying ceramic coating to rotors and wheels on every brake service 3 years ago, but my customer retention went up 40%.
Oh yeah, that's great. So customer retention's up by 40%, but customer mortality rate is up by 400%. This is especially sinister because ceramic coatings, they intentionally create a very robust, heat-resistant, non-stick barrier that will glaze over those pads and prevent them from working. And you also notice the way in which it fabricates quotes by who it thinks is going to provide credibility. In this case, some imaginary master technician. I know what's happened here, because you get ceramic coatings that are intended to be applied onto wheels and brake calipers, but AI's done what AI does. It's misinterpreted that as being applicable to brake discs or rotors. That one tweak to someone that doesn't know much about cars could be deadly. You might be thinking at this point, well, who's daft enough, who's dumb enough to actually do that? Apply ceramic coating onto your brake discs? You'd be surprised. The sights that I have seen would keep you up at night. The danger is, it's not about being dumb, it's just about not being informed, not operating in this world, as I say. The danger isn't obvious to someone that doesn't understand how these systems work, and of course they shouldn't be touching it in the first place, but they will, and this kind of instructional content feeds into that. It does not help. I've seen brake pads saturated with WD-40 and copper slip in the past because the owners attempted to stop a brake squeal. People do this kind of thing. And added to the fact that some of these videos, they get tens or hundreds of thousands of views, unbelievably, but then they're very good at working out what people want to click on. And again, if you're thinking, well, if someone goes ahead and does that, that's on them. Remember, we are all sharing the same roads with them, and when their brakes don't work, what's going to stop them? Could be your car. We've already seen this huge leap in how realistic the content's become from a couple of years ago. It stands to reason that it's only going to get more convincing as time goes on. I just await the day to see an augmented version of myself sat here spouting absolute nonsense about applying ceramic coating onto your brake discs. There is one thing that you can do, however, personally, to stop this. Whenever you see one of these AI slop videos and it doesn't have the little AI marker at the top to tell you it's AI, hit the report button. YouTube now requires all AI videos to be declared as such, and it'll display a marker. So if it doesn't have that, they've not done it, hit report. As I say, you're going to be doing us all a favour. If you happen to be researching a car that you're thinking about buying, run the Playthrough Vehicle Score. You can do that for totally free, and it'll tell you whether the car that you're watching is actually a real car, whether it's a real review, or if it's just come from the imagination of AI slop, especially as time gets on and these things get more realistic looking. Also, keep their service in mind when it does come to you buying a car. They give channel viewers 20% off their HPI checks, which might come in handy for you. It's a scary world, folks. But as ever, I do appreciate you watching and supporting real creators just like you're doing right now. So please do keep hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. Keep liking. Let me know your thoughts on this madness in the comments section below. And I'll see you in a few days' time. Take care.